You are not broken, you're just unfinished. That voice inside your head telling you you're not enough. That's not truth, that's fear. That's weakness whispering lies. The truth is, you're in the middle of a transformation. You're a work in progress. You're a soldier mid-battle, not a casualty. But if you start believing you're broken, if you surrender to the idea that you're too far gone, then you're done. You lose before you've even fought. The fire inside of you might be dim right now, but it's not out. You just have to fan the flame, wake up, stand up, and get to work. Because unfinished doesn't mean unworthy. It means there's work left to do. It means there's growth ahead, and that growth doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It comes soaked in discipline, forged in adversity, and sharpened by relentless repetition. You've got scars, good. Those are reminders that you survived, that you kept showing up, that you're still here. You've made mistakes, good. Those are blueprints, learn from them, use them, build from them. The fact that you recognize you're not where you want to be is proof that the fire's still there. That fire is your power, but power means nothing if you don't control it, direct it, and focus it. No one's coming to save you, that's the brutal truth, and it's also the best news you'll ever hear, because it means the power to change is entirely in your hands. The tools are within you. The problem is, you've been looking for answers outside. You've been distracted, doubting, hesitating, thinking too much, talking too much, planning too much. Now it's time to act. Every day, every hour, every second is a chance to build. Not complain, not regret, build. You're not a broken machine, you're not damaged goods, you're a fighter being reforged, you're steel in the fire. You're a warrior under construction. Rebuilding isn't a setback, it's a choice, and it's the right one. But you can't just rebuild when it's convenient. You have to do it when you're tired, when you're hurting. When no one is watching, when the doubt creeps in, when your own mind tells you to quit. That's when the real work happens. That's when the real rebuilding begins. This isn't about some motivational quote. This is about war, internal war, and you either fight or you fall. The people who win in this world aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who didn't give up when everything in them said stop. They're the ones who kept hammering away when it didn't seem to matter. You keep going, and one day it clicks. One day, all that quiet work, all that silent suffering, it pays off. You realize you were never broken. You were just becoming, and becoming takes time, becoming takes pain, becoming takes fire, and you're still burning. Keep going. Every day is a decision, you or them. It starts the moment you open your eyes. Do you hit the snooze button and surrender your edge, or do you get up and fight for it? That choice is yours. No one can make it for you. You either decide to build yourself, to improve, to grow, or you hand your time, energy, and power over to distractions, to weakness, to them. And by them, I mean the world, the noise, the opinions, the judgment, the expectations, the fake standards that society throws at you. They want your attention, they want your focus, they want you soft, distracted, reactive. But you've got a decision to make, you or them. You can either live by their rules or by your own code. And make no mistake, every scroll, every wasted minute, every time you hesitate to move forward, you're choosing them. And they don't care about your mission. They don't care about your discipline, your dreams, your growth. But you do, or at least you should. Because if you don't focus on you, nobody else will. This isn't about being selfish. This is about being responsible. It's about owning your life, owning your time, owning your mind. Every single day is a battlefield, and your weapons are your decisions, the little ones and the big ones. What you eat, what you say, what you watch, what you do when no one's looking. It's all a reflection of who's in charge, you or them. And let's be honest, most people let them win. They chase validation. They need applause. They need permission. They wait for green lights that may never come. But warriors don't wait. Leaders don't wait. Builders don't wait. They act. They decide. They focus on themselves, not because they are arrogant, but because they know that growth demands isolation, silence, and discipline. You want freedom, then earn it. Every rep, every book you read, every hard conversation you choose to have, every time you say no to the easy way out, you're building yourself. And every time you look at what they are doing instead of what you should be doing, you're handing your life away piece by piece. Don't fall for the trap. Don't let comparison steal your grind. Don't let distraction kill your direction. Don't let weakness drive your decisions. You've got one life, one body, one mind, one mission. And every single day, you either strengthen it or you waste it. Every single day you decide, are you focused on becoming who you were born to be, or are you reacting to the noise that wants to define you? Don't be ordinary, don't be compliant, be deliberate, be focused, be unshakable. It's you, or it's them. Decide, and then act like it. Pain is the tax for greatness. Pay it. There's no shortcut. There's no cheat code. There's no easy way through this. Everyone wants to win, but few are willing to suffer. And that's the difference. That's the separation. Pain is the barrier between average and elite, between talkers and doers. Between dreamers and executors. You can't bypass it. You can't negotiate with it. You either endure it, or you get left behind. You either pay the tax, or you stay exactly where you are. Pain comes in many forms. It's not just physical. It's the pain of showing up when no one believes in you. It's the pain of sacrifice when everyone else is partying. It's the pain of discipline when comfort is begging you to give in. It's the pain of failure, of being misunderstood, of being alone on your path. That's the tax. That's the price of transformation. Greatness doesn't go on sale. It never has. It costs what it costs. And that cost is pain. The weak avoid it. They rationalize. They tell themselves they don't need to go all in. They want the results, but not the suffering. They want the glory, but not the grind. That mindset will keep you average forever. Because if you're not willing to suffer, you're not serious, not really. You're just playing, pretending, waiting for a break that never comes. But pain is honest. Pain is proof that you're doing the hard things, that you're pushing past your limit, that you're expanding. You think legends got lucky? No, they showed up when they were tired. They trained when they were sore. They pushed when they were doubted. They kept going through injuries, failures, heartbreak, and setbacks. Not because they liked pain, but because they respected it. Because they understood it's the toll booth to greatness. And while most turned around at the gate, the relentless ones paid it in full. Over and over again, you have to be willing to hurt, willing to suffer, not for the sake of suffering, but because there is no other way. You don't grow through ease. You grow through resistance, through failure, through discomfort. That's the forge. That's where your mind hardens. That's where your soul strengthens. That's where the average version of you gets stripped away, and the real one is revealed. Pain is the currency of progress. Every drop of sweat, every early morning, every moment you want to quit but don't, that's your investment. That's your down payment on who you're becoming. And if you want to rise, if you want to conquer, if you want to become something more than what you are right now, then pay the price. Embrace the pain, walk through it, own it, because that's the only way. Pain is the tax for greatness, and winners always pay in full. Control your focus, or be controlled. That's the reality. Focus isn't just about attention, it's about power. If you don't decide where your mind goes, someone else will. If you don't control what you think about, what you act on, what you pursue, then you've already surrendered. The world is full of distractions, traps, noise, algorithms built to keep you scrolling, opinions meant to keep you insecure, comfort designed to keep you stagnant. Every minute you're not in control of your focus is a minute you're drifting further from your purpose. People talk about ambition, goals, and legacy, but they can't even control their own screen time. They lose hours every day to nothing, mindless entertainment, useless arguments, pointless consumption. And then they wonder why they feel stuck, why they're anxious, why they're uninspired. It's simple. They've given their focus away. You want to be different, then do what most people can't. Lock in, shut out the noise. Decide what matters, and cut everything else, ruthlessly. You can't build anything great with scattered attention. You can't grow if you're reacting all day. The people who win, the ones who truly elevate, they don't just work hard. They work with focus. They know when to say no. They know how to isolate. They know how to sit in silence and grind, not because it's trendy, but because it's necessary, because you can't develop mastery with a distracted mind. You can't build discipline if you're always chasing the next dopamine hit. You either control your focus, or you become a puppet, pulled by trends, controlled by likes, distracted by drama, and that's not how warriors operate. That's not how leaders build. Focus is a weapon, a tool, a shield, and it has to be protected like your life depends on it, because it does. What you focus on grows, what you ignore dies, so where is your focus going? To your mission, or to the chaos around you? The hard truth is, most people don't even realize they've lost control. They wake up, check their phone, and instantly surrender their mind to the outside world. They never give themselves a chance to own the day. That ends now. You take it back. You build routines that protect your focus. You audit your inputs. You create a system so tight, distraction has no room to live. You stop being available to everything and everyone. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about knowing that greatness doesn't happen by accident. It happens by choice, hour by hour, task by task, decision by decision. Focus isn't optional, it's survival. You either sharpen it, or you get consumed by the noise. You either use it, or lose it. There is no middle ground, so make the call. Control your focus, or be controlled. You don't need more time, you need more discipline. That excuse, I don't have time, it's the biggest lie people tell themselves. Everyone's got 24 hours. The difference isn't time. The difference is what you do with it. Most people waste hours scrolling, talking, hesitating, procrastinating. They confuse motion with progress. They stay busy but never get better. And then they say they don't have time. No, what they lack is discipline, the will to control themselves, the ability to command their own actions. That's the truth they don't want to face. You want to be better? Then stop negotiating with weakness. You know what needs to be done. Wake up earlier, turn the phone off, say no to distractions, show up when you don't feel like it. That's discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, how it needs to be done, without needing to feel good about it. No motivation, no inspiration, just execution. That's the mindset that builds warriors. Time is neutral. It doesn't care about you. It doesn't slow down when you fall behind. It doesn't speed up when you're ahead. It just moves. It keeps ticking, whether you use it or not. So if you're waiting for more time, you've already lost. You don't need more hours in the day. You need to master the hours you've got, and that takes discipline. Ruthless discipline, it means cutting the crap, cutting the excuses, it means getting honest. How much time do you really spend building, training, learning? How much of your schedule is locked down with purpose? The truth is, if you tracked your day minute by minute, you'd see the problem isn't time, it's you. You have the time, you're just not owning it. You're leaking it, giving it away to habits that keep you average. Discipline is the fix. Discipline is the filter. It cuts the fat. It eliminates the waste. It keeps you sharp, structured, and on mission. Without discipline, you drift with it, you dominate. You want to change your life. Then take control of your day. Don't wait, don't plan for someday. Don't try to do everything at once. Focus, lock in, execute, stack wins one task at a time. That's how discipline works, it compounds. Stop chasing hacks, stop chasing perfect routines. You don't need a new planner, you need grit, you need commitment. You need to build the muscle of discipline so strong that nothing can shake it. Not fatigue, not temptation, not setbacks, nothing. Discipline is freedom. It gives you control, it gives you power, it gives you results. That's what separates the successful from the stuck. So next time you say, I don't have time, stop yourself. Look in the mirror and ask, do I have discipline? Because if the answer is no, then you already know what you need to fix. Not the clock, not the calendar, you. Discipline is the cure. Time has never been the problem. Rebuilding isn't a phase, it's your way of life. This isn't something you do once and check off your list. This isn't a project with an end date. It's a constant, a relentless pursuit. Because the moment you think you're finished, you've already started to fall behind. Life changes, challenges come, you face setbacks, failures, and pain. The world keeps moving, and if you don't keep rebuilding yourself, you get left behind, you stay stuck, you rot. Rebuilding is not optional if you want to stay in the fight. It's who you become. When you commit to rebuilding as a lifestyle, you accept that growth never stops. You accept that discipline is a daily choice, not a weekend hobby. You embrace that every day demands your best, whether you feel like it or not. You learn to love the process, even when it's painful, because the process is what shapes you. The process is what separates the winners from the quitters. Winners don't wait for motivation or perfect conditions. They show up again and again, ready to rebuild, ready to get stronger, ready to rise. Rebuilding means shedding what no longer serves you, old habits, toxic thoughts, weak excuses. Every day you cut away the dead weight that slows you down. You become ruthless with your time, your energy, your focus. You protect your mission like a soldier guards the perimeter. No distractions allowed. You surround yourself with discipline. You build routines that support growth. You train your mind and body to handle more, to endure more, to achieve more. This isn't a sprint, it's a lifelong war, and you're the commander. You decide what to destroy and what to build. You decide how hard to push. You decide who you become. Every day you rebuild, you become sharper, tougher, more resilient. You don't settle for yesterday's version of yourself. You challenge it, you fight it, you overcome it. You don't rest on past victories. You use them as fuel to push harder. Because rebuilding means constant evolution, no comfort zones, no excuses. The moment you accept rebuilding as a way of life, you stop fearing failure. You stop fearing change. You embrace struggle because you know it's the forge that shapes greatness. You understand that setbacks aren't signs to quit. They're signals to adapt and rebuild stronger than before. You learn to see pain as progress, discipline as freedom, and hard work as the only path forward. Rebuilding also means humility. You admit when you're wrong, you own your mistakes, you seek growth over ego. You don't get attached to the identity you had yesterday. You shed it to become better today. That's what makes warriors, that's what makes leaders, that's what makes legends. So don't think of rebuilding as a phase you get through. It's the way you live. Every day you wake up ready to rebuild. Every day you recommit to the grind. Every day you fight for the best version of yourself. Because that's what life demands. That's what the mission demands. Rebuilding is not temporary. It's eternal. And if you live it fully, you become unstoppable.